Hi everyone, this is Sindhil from Wellington. If you are looking for accommodation in Wellington, since you got a job and then you're like somewhere in the world, and maybe I can try to help you, or maybe I'll share my experience how I get accommodation here, and I will try to give you a kind of brief about the temporary accommodation and then the permanent accommodation. Okay, so let me start with the temporary accommodation first. So from your home, you try to look for some options like YHA. So YHA in Wellington is a bit cheaper, I believe, compared to the hotel. Obviously, hotel is the first choice, but first choice for many people. But I can explain the cheaper options, which is YHA. So I can give you the like a description of whatever I'm going to explain in the description page. So don't worry about that. So YHA option 1. So it start from like 8-person sharing bedroom up to you can get a single private room or twin or kind of double bedroom also. So that's possible. So let's say if me be coming with family, I'm not sure about it, but as a couple, yes, definitely you can get it. So that's an option 1. And option 2 is like Airbnb. So that's a one thing which I use. So from Singapore, I would like to move to Wellington. I book a temporary accommodation for about 1 week, and came here, and then I pay like around $50 per day, which is good enough. Sometimes in OHA you can get even for $35 per day shareable, and if you want a private room, probably you'll have to pay $130, maybe a very good room. So yeah, so let's keep that aside. So 2 choices, which is really good, but there are something which I can explain, which is free staying also. Yeah, interesting, right? I came to know once I reached Wellington. So that's called like a CouchSurfing, which I never use, but my friend is trying to use that application, and he is providing the like a free accommodation for those who comes from like abroad, but maybe a shorter accommodation, maybe 1 day or 2 days. But it depends. Like if you are too lucky, and probably you can get for excuse me, one month also. It's up to you. So CouchSurfing, I will give you the full maybe like a details in the description, and followed by some social application. I can say Meetup, maybe. Meetup is one of the options. So if you are registered in a Meetup, probably look for like a Wellington rental or Wellington accommodation, you may get it. But the best option which I can say in terms of social application, which is in addition to CouchSurfing, is Facebook. So look for like a Wellington accommodation or Wellington like room or rental. Probably I'll give you the URL also. So in there you may get the shareable accommodation. For example, some people are already staying, and then they will try to share with you, which might be a cheaper option. And if you're looking for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, or like maybe a month, so that once you can come here, and then you can try to look for a permanent accommodation. Okay, so you're already in Wellington, and now you wanted to know how to get the permanent accommodation, right? So there are few websites, but the very popular website in New Zealand is TradeMe property. So you may try to register in the website from overseas. But I remember I have you tried to register it, but if you want to get some like confirmation, they are looking for something like a New Zealand mobile number. I am not sure whether 100% is possible, but don't worry, because you are already in Wellington, so I believe you already got a handphone. So register for it, and then once you register, you have to register, and as soon as you landed in Wellington or in New Zealand, then try to look for room rental. So I can share the cost, how much does it cost, so that you can plan, because you have to bring the money from your overseas, right? So probably the rental cost per week. So it's in New Zealand it's a per week concept, not in Singapore or other part of country, maybe other part of the world. So probably a monthly basis, but in New Zealand it's a weekly basis. $300 studio bedroom. It costs $300. Probably it can go up to $500 also, depends upon the quality. But the room which I have is really good enough, which is really good. I'm paying for like around $300 only. So how about moving cost? When moving cost is something like bond and advance and letting fee, so everything included. So letting fee is like agent fee. So sometime you may have to pay, but if you're too much lucky, then the agent will say it's okay, you can ignore the letting fee. Probably rental also, the advance also, sometime it's 1 week, sometime it can go up to 4 weeks also. So it's like 1 to 4 weeks. rental, followed by bonding. So bond is something that which you cannot avoid because it's kind of a fund. It secures the fund and goes into some government, semi-government or government related organization, and they secure the fund. So owner, that is the house owner, between house landlord and then as a tenant, they will try to secure the fund so that the people cannot dispute each other. So if they have a dispute, and then they will look into that, they will try to see who is actually correct, and they will pass the money to them. That's the reason they have a concept called bonding, so which is not optional, it's a mandatory. That cost probably around I think 2 to 4 maybe weeks rental, right? So for my flat, which is $300 per week, I paid as a moving cost $850 around that. So it means like you can calculate that I haven't paid a letting fee so and so. So it's if possible you can get it. Even you may get cheaper also. So this is, I'm talking about the CBD area, because CBD area is I can't say costly. It's still okay. $300. If you want to go to the suburb area, probably you may get maybe $250 studio bedroom. But remember, you have to pay the transportation. So transportation, if you calculate, I think is maybe $100. Then it's actually costing more. So I prefer staying in CBD unless you brought the family and then you have to stay with family. So that's all about I would like to share with you guys. So probably that may not answer all of your question, no worries. So please try to put it in your comments, whatever the question which you have in your mind. I'll try to answer this as soon as possible.